God, Shalawam, Shalawam. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This your Captain Khalil, back at it again with K.O.Y. Israelites, right? Here to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel and give you these law, statutes, and commandments and tell you guys to repent because we're living in these last days, right? So peace and blessing to the children that are scattered abroad. We come back every Shabbat, right, with a live class and a live lesson to keep you guys built up in the spirit, right, to understand what the times that are coming, you know? Go ahead, King.
Khan, hey man, Gubba War Gabar, back at it again, man. Right here to wake up the hopeful elect, man, and serve the Lord, man, in truth and sincerity. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes brothers just want to rest and sleep in, but we make it our mission, man, to come out and give the word, to you brothers and sisters out there that know the truth and trying to figure out the truth. Right? Shalawam to the family scattered abroad.
God, that's right. All praises. Right. So with today's lesson, we're bringing out what type of woman you should and what you should not be. Right. The type of woman you should and should not be. Because a lot of our sisters out here, man, they destroy. They don't have no proper guidance. They never had that father in the household pursuant to Deuteronomy 28 and 54. A remnant of his children, which he shall lead. And our women are heavily affected by that. Us brothers, man, the Jakes, man, we kind of hold strong. We kind of keep that mental fortitude going strong. But hey, man, it is what it is. But it's deeply rooted in our sisters out here, and they try to look for that power outside of the Most High God and outside of what they should have had, which is a father in the household. They out here. They're out here destroying themselves. They looking for a way out more than the men be looking for a way out.
And a lot of times, man, I don't even think we made a video specifically about women yet, since I've been with KOY. And this topic is one of the most, hated, one of the most hated topics, man. If we were a viral camp, we'll get some backlash from what we probably about to bring out, man. you know and maybe after it's viewed a couple hundred times, we're gonna see those comments, right? But this is something to help build up our sisters and not tear them down, right? This is not tear down the sisters incorporated, man. Right? This is strictly about building our brothers and our sisters up.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You got any opening precepts, King?
um let me see. No, I don't have any on. I do have that precept on standby, but
Kind of hold that one for now.
oh, I
But
do, I do.
con.
Get Sirach chapter 25 and verse number 1, right? Because this is the main thing that we're doing right now, man. We trying to create happy and healthy families, where the brothers is not stressed out to come home. Brothers is really ready, actually ready to come home because wife is in order, the children in order, right? When you come home, things are exactly how it's supposed to be, right? That's our mission, man, is to make families happy again, right?
Con. That's right. That's right. So this is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25 and verse number 1. In three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful,
Hmm.
both before Yahweh and men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
So, hey, man, our brother, man, Sirach, or the son of Sirach, James, right? He's explaining that these are things that he's beautified about, things that really touch his heart, right? Is neighbors that help one another, that look out for one another, right? Of the children of Israel, and then you also have, right, brethren that actually care for one another. Stop, brethren that actually care for one another, right? And then you have a man and a wife that agree. That's a beautiful thing, man. I don't have to come out of my own heart and say stuff out of my own mind. I can actually go to the Bible and say, this is what you're doing, and this is what Yahweh said for us not to do, man. right? It's beautiful to be able to go into that, man, and just go straight into the scriptures, right? But
Mhm.
with some women, right? You're not even able to go to the scriptures and prove what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong, right? They just want you to kind of like uh, 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 say it out of your own mind. And us as Israelites, we hate coming off of our own mind. We like coming out of the scriptures. And I yield right there.
That's right. That's right. You know, we don't we use we got to use the scriptures as the proper the guiding tool, right? That proper compass to lead us in a righteous direction, right? Because every time we follow the world, every time we follow men, hey man, we get led astray, you know. So using the Bible as the proper compass and a guiding stone, man, we understand like, hey, this is the way we should live, right? All them times we put away the scriptures and we listen to the next man or we listen to the next woman. Our people are caught in a snare and we're destroyed mentally to understanding like, look, man, this is the way we got to live and this is not the way we got to live, you know. Want me to keep reading on that, King?
Now we could yield right there. That was just an opening precept.
Con, I got one too real quick. I got an opening precept right here. Let's go to the classic, right? Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13, right? Philippians 4 and 13. I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthened me, right? So we got to understand, like, we could do all things through the strength of Yahweh Shai, man. We could do everything that we understood that we couldn't do, we can do through the strength of Yahweh Shai, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? No matter if you're feeling in a sorrow, if you're going through mourning, if you're going through, oh, you know what, I can't do this on my own. I need the next man or I need the next woman to show me. No, man. You need Christ to show you. You need the Most High God, Yahweh, to show you that proper guiding stone, right? So we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens us. Let him be your strength. Let him be your guide, right? Our women are destroyed out here for the lack of knowledge. Our brothers is out here destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And the knowledge is always found within these scriptures. So if we use these scriptures as a guiding compass, it'll guide us in the right direction and we won't fall off course. What happens when a ship is swaying side to side and don't know where to go? Hey, it's going to either become a shipwreck, right? Or it's going to be lost in the ocean, never to be found again. You see that? All right, let's go back. So, every Shabbat we got to open up or start off with the law. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 8, right? This Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse number 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which Yahweh sware unto your fathers. If you want to expound on some of these verses, just let me know.
Con. I'm gonna get there right now.
Verse 2, Deuteronomy 8 and 2. And thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness.
hmm So we need to remember why. We need to remember why we were being led through the wilderness, right? We don't want to. We don't want to ever forget that this was our proven process to prove to Yahweh and for Yahweh to prove us that we are His children and we're willing to do whatever it takes to be in His good graces, right? We don't need to forget that walk that we walked in the wilderness, man. Just like we don't need to forget America and all the trials and tribulations and afflictions that we bear in this place, in this wilderness, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. To humble thee and to prove thee,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yep.
know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
See, that's
Mm.
and that's exactly what I was going in on, man. I didn't even know that was the follow up, right? But that's what Yahweh was doing, man. He was trying to make sure that we was gonna be a good wife to him, man. Right? It's like the courting process for a wife that you get. You want to make sure that okay, can she follow the commandments? Does she love following the commandments? Right? Am I gonna have to manipulate or swindle a way for her to follow the commandments, or does she truly love God and want to do what Yahweh told us to do, or is it going to be like pulling teeth trying to keep her together, man? Right? And that's the same thing Yahweh did for his two wives, man. Right? Jacob and Israel, man. Northern kingdom, southern kingdom. He proved us, man, to see. And he said, yeah, well, she is curvy. She do look good, voluptuous. You know what I mean? Nice lips. You know what I mean? Pretty eyes. You feel what I'm saying? Words are sweet. You feel me? But, sometimes Israel and Jacob, they like to pee on the table, man. You know what I mean? They like to not for, they like to forget to flush the toilet, man. You know what I mean? So he realized that later on, but he bought us first, man. Right?
Hmm.
And now all this extra stuff Yahweh deals with. So when we get our woman, we want to prove them and know that, okay, yeah, she's good at this and good at that, but I ain't see some of her ways yet. So when she move in or I move in with her, that's when we're gonna really see the flaws, the kinks in the armor, that we need to polish up and sand out, right? Same way with Yahweh and Israel.
That's right. That's right. And that's that classic saying, man. You'll never really truly know somebody until you move in with them.
Yep.
Until you live with that other person, whether it be a roommate, whether it be your brother, or whether it be your sister, man. Right? Even your wife, going into your wife, right? You'll never know somebody until you actually move in with them. Then you start to see their true ways. All right. Reading on. Verse 3. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know. Right? So the Most High put us in a state of peril so as to see how we would act. You know, if we were humble or if we were not humble, if we were going to keep His commandments and obey His ways or not. He put us in that situation to see how we're going to come out as burnt plastic or we're going to come out as fine gold. You know, that He might make thee to know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh doth man live. Right? So you don't take things of this world just for face value. Because if you take it and you put your heart and your mind onto materialistic things and things of this world, and then it gets taken away from you, then your true colors is going to come out. If something gets taken away from you, are you going to be humble enough to accept that? Or are you going to throw a fit and be wicked in your mind and not understand, like, okay, look, this is the Most High, He's proving me. I got to humble myself, Or it's just like, hey, man, you know what? F that. No, man, that's the spirit you don't want to be in, you know? Persuading to the women, right? If the women, they got their nails done, they got their weaves in, they got their nice little beamers and things like that. They got things going on, real sweet for them. But when it gets taken away, guess what, man? Are they gonna be humble enough, right? Or are they gonna throw a fit? Are they gonna be proved by that and understand where they went off at? Or are they just gonna say, you know what, F the world, I'm tired of this, I'm gonna do whatever I want, you know? So we gotta understand, how are you gonna come out of this thing? How are you gonna come out of that mindset? Because our women, man, they like to be caught up in that. Oh, I need this, I need that, I need my nails done, my hair did, I need this, I need that. Hey, but if it gets taken away from you, are you going to be humble about it? Or are you going to throw a fit? Right? So we got to live by what the Most High provides us and understand He can take it away in an instant. So appreciate what He gives you. Right? Verse number 4, Deuteronomy 8:4. Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. And we is well taken care of, right? A man is taking care of that woman in that household, making sure his wife and his family is provided for. Your feet ain't swelling up. You ain't going through hard times. But are you gonna stay in that same spirit when shit hits the fan? Are you gonna stay in that same spirit when you lose your husband? Or are you gonna go out upon your wicked ways and think upon your flesh? You gotta stay in that spirit.
Huh.
Deuteronomy 8 verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart, right, which is your mind, that as a man chasteneth his son, so does Yahweh thy power chasteneth thee. And we get whooped, man. We don't want to listen. We want to do whatever we want, right? Think upon our own mind. Hey, man, we get whooped for that. But are you going to throw a fit, like I said earlier? Are you gonna throw a fit about it, or are you gonna stay in that spirit, in that humble spirit, and understand that it's the Most High dealing with you? Or are you gonna find a way out through the ways of the world? Go ahead, King. You got it.
And also, when we dealing with a wife, you feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you might get a harsh rebuke. Yeah, we not gonna whoop you, put our hands on you, bend you over with a belt. But yeah, you might get harsh words, or you might get a strong correction, and you got to be able to take that on the chin and say, okay, I'm gonna do better, right? Rather than throw a fit like the Aqu was going into.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Reading on. Deuteronomy 8:6. Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of Yahweh thy power to walk in his ways and to fear him. See that? For the Yahweh thy power bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills.
Mm-hmm.
And what's
Hey
the
man,
order? It's
man.
Yahweh, it's Yahweh Shai, man, and then woman, right? So if you keep the commandments of your husband, right? Because your husband's not leading a man in his truth, a husband in his truth. He's not leading you down a wicked path. So it's women, they want to submit to a man naturally, but they don't want to submit to nobody that's wicked. And we're not wicked to lead you to do something so wicked, right? You got brothers out here pimping out their own wives, right? Treating them like dirt. But us, if you hearken on to the commandments of your husband, guess what? We're gonna bring forth thou into a good land. We're gonna make sure you stable. You gotta make sure there's food in the fridge. We're gonna make sure you clothed, right? All of these things that a righteous husband is gonna provide for his virtuous wife. You see that? Go ahead,
Hey,
King.
do me a favor. Go to the book of Sirach and 26 and verse 19 and 20. Because the Lord even told us he was going to bring his wife unto a fruitful land, right? He was going to bring Israel into a fruitful land flowing with milk and honey, and that land would be, right, plentiful and pleasant. And by the time we got there, man, we had fruit trees, that was 300-400 years old. So fruit was as big as, what I mean, a damn basketball, man, or even a beach ball, right? We had grapes the size of a beach ball, man, to where you had to cut it like it was a watermelon. You feel
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And the Lord did that. He did that for a specific reason, right? And I say that to say, man, He brought us into a fruitful land, a very fertile ground, and He was pleased with that land, man, right, all the way since the beginning. So when we get our land, right, or our woman, we want to know that we could bear good fruit, good children with this woman, right? Go ahead, King.
Con. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse number 20. And it reads, when thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed,
Go ahead.
trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
So when we get this woman, we need to sow our seed in a fruitful field, right? And make sure that it's our own seed. We don't want to go and get a Moabitish woman and plant a seed in her. Can you get a Moabitish woman and make her your concubine so that she could serve your wife and you and things of the sort? Yeah, you can, right? If it's done in righteousness, yes, you can. And you could treat her less than your wife. And that way your wife got a clean conscience, a good head, and then y'all got a servant in there, man, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
Moab is our wash pot. You feel what I'm saying? They need to be doing
That's right.
clothes. They need to be doing clothes and serving us and our women, man. Right. So, but when we get that fruitful possession, it should be an Israelite woman, man, where we want to plant these seeds at. Right. And Yahweh, he saw the same thing in that land. He said, "This is my woman. She fruitful, but I want to put her in a good house." You feel what I'm saying? I want to make sure her house has everything that she needs, which is the land of Israel, right? And the land across Jordan, right? The land of Galilee and the land of Bazar, right? These
Mm-hmm.
different lands, right? In the land of Dan, right? These different lands, man, Yahweh gave it to us because he was our husband and he wanted us to dwell in a good, clean, nice house, man. Right? I yield right there, King.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna keep reading on that one. On fire. Right, verse 21. Sirach 26 21. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified. right?
Mm.
So you want to trust in the goodness of your stock, right? You want to get a virtuous wife of your own people, man, right? So that way you don't diminish over the genetics of these other heathen nations, you know. And ultimately, they're all going to diminish with the end times, man. The last days that are approaching us, these heathen nations is going to have to pay, you know. And you don't want your stock to be caught up with these strange wives, man. You know,
Con.
having the confidence of their good descent. See
Hey
that?
man. Hey man, it's a confident thing to say, hey, yeah, my baby mixed with, you know what I mean, Issachar and Judah, man. My baby mixed with Naphtali and Zebulon. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful baby, man. Right? Mama keeping the commandments, virtuous woman, right? Always working with her hands. You feel what I'm saying? Waking up before dawn to make sure she cooked breakfast for the fam. You know what I mean? I got beautiful, beautiful kids with these Israelitish or Israelite women, right?
God, that's right. Hey, Shalawam, Lieutenant Nathaniah K.O.Y. Dallas. Shalawam, Shalawam, King.
Shalom, shalom, Matthew.
K.O.Y. Dallas in the building, man. Shalawam King.
Tajay Dongo, he coming up right now. He just got to get the baby situated.
All praises. Hey, man, that baby crawling and stuff now.
Khan, man.
All praises. All praises. Little
That's right.
mamas,
That's
little
right.
hot mamas, man.
Now you gotta really watch her, man. I can't just set her in one spot. She just crawl off. Yeah.
That beautiful,
That's right.
beautiful little baby. All
All
right.
praises. All praises. All right, reading on. Deuteronomy 8 and verse 8. Right? A land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and
Mm-hmm.
pomegranates, a land of oil, olive, and honey. You see
Man,
that? So we're gonna make sure our families is well fed. We're gonna make sure if you're a virtuous wife dealing with a righteous husband, right? Hey, just like the Most High made sure we was straight. Hey, we're gonna make sure our families are straight. You see
that's
that?
right.
And not cause our households to be destroyed through wickedness, right? Rebellion, stubbornness, things of that nature. You know, having the fruits of the spirit. Verse
Con.
9. A land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness. Thou shalt not lack anything in it. A land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. So we're gonna make sure our virtuous women, right? If you're a virtuous woman, you're dealing with a righteous husband, we're gonna make sure you're fortified, right? We're gonna make sure your gates are sealed and no breach in your spirit. You know, we're gonna make sure you don't lack anything. Your bills is done, right? There's food in the table, you know, the kids is clothed, the kids is fed, and things of that nature. But you got to be a virtuous wife if you want to inherit all these things, man. See that?
Con.
Verse 10. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless Yahweh thy power for the good land which he hath given thee. Right?
Uh-huh. Con, so and that's also the way that we're supposed to pray, right? Not before eating, but after we are full. Because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times we forget Yahweh after we relax and got a big belly and a big gut. We forget the most high. But when we hungry, right, we start praying like a mug, right? Hey Yahweh, please, Baba Kushah, let this place have a food drive, right?
That's right.
So and that's why we fast and afflict our soul so that way we could purify ourselves for one, but also get closer to the most high.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Read on. Hey, somebody got some power tools going on.
You got a fan in your background.
Bring me my mic. Yeah, Khan.
Deuteronomy 8 and 11. Beware that thou forget not Yahweh thy power in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes which I command thee this day. Right? So no matter if you well off, man, right? No matter if you well on your feet, everything's going good, don't tend to start leaning to the other side where you start to forget the most high, man.
Man,
Constantly, every day you wake up, constantly understand like, hey, this can all be taken away from me, right? You gotta still stay in that humble spirit.
right? Even if your husband keeps providing for you, your husband keeps doing this for you, making sure you fortified, making sure the kids as well, and things along those lines, right? Don't start, but that guy in that new Beamer down the street looking mighty fine. No, man. Don't forget your husband. Stay in that spirit. Understand, like you wouldn't have everything you have if it wasn't for your husband. See that? Deuteronomy 8:12. Lest when thou hast eaten and are full, and hast built goodly houses, and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget Yahweh thy power, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
That's why.
come.
My bad. And that's why Yahweh, man, that's why Yahweh like always try to get us to remind ourselves. Cause that's why in in chapter 6, he said, speak, bring this to your kids daily, and everywhere you go, everywhere you walk, talk about these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because when we good, we forget the amount of afflictions that we've been through, right? When we when we're being afflicted, we forget about the amount of good that the Most High bestowed upon us, right? So what's beautiful right here is like the brother was going into, just because we get a nice house, a nice car, some good food, and all we shop at is Sprouts and Whole Foods. You feel what I'm saying? Now that everything is good, don't forget about the times that we had to struggle, man. Don't forget about the arguments that we used to have. Don't forget what made us argue, right? We gotta, as we progress, we have to not we don't need to forget the afflictions that came about with that, because right through your afflictions, right, you become purified, you become better, right? So same thing with a woman, man. Same thing with a man and a woman, man. Don't forget the afflictions that you had to undergo to get to where you are 10 years, 3 years, 5 years later, man. Right?
Hmm. That's right. That's right. Perfect. Perfect. That's perfect. That's right. Don't forget. You know, use that mom and dad's house. Living in a room. Now you got a big house, money in the bank. Don't forget these things because your husband brought you out that's that type of bondage. You was held captive to their rules. You was held captive to their ways. Hey, it might have been wicked. But you dealing with a righteous husband leading you on the right path, just like how we deal with the Most High leading us on the right path. Don't forget where we came from and where we're going. Stay in that humble spirit, and it can only go up from there.
Hey, get this precept for me right quick, because this is why I was talking about that. In our afflictions, when we forget it, you know, we are off, right? We're not confident. But when we remember our afflictions, we remember where we came from. Hey, man, we live a lot better life, right? Get
Mm-hmm.
2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9 to 10.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 12, and verse 9. And it reads, And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee,
Mm-hmm.
for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
And what?
In weakness.
Yeah, our strength is made perfect in weakness, man. Right? Keep going.
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in mine infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me.
So when we're going through our affliction, we're going through weakness. That's when we're made perfect. When we're going through our afflictions, that's when we're made perfect, man. And we're able to think upon the things that we have now, right? Whether it be communication, love, right, respect, honor, reverence, enjoying, sacrificing for one another, right? In a relationship, you got to enjoy the sacrifice in a relationship, man. Right? Sometimes you might not want to watch a movie, but your girl really want to watch it, right? Sometimes you don't want to go shooting or go fishing, but your husband really want to, man. You have to say, yeah, baby, you know what I mean? I'd love to go with you, right? And make that sacrifice to keep that relationship going, man. Right? So never forget that in our afflictions, in our sacrifices for that other person, that's how we become strong, man. That's how we become perfect, right? Through those things. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that. Let's get that word real quick, Baba Kashah. Infirmities
Con.
for edification, right? Infirmities. You got to take pleasure in infirmities. What's infirmities, right? Want of strength, weakness of the body, a native weakness and frailty, right? Feebleness of health or sickness, and these things are pertaining to what? It could be your physical, actual body, or the weakness of your mind. You
Mm-hmm.
know, to understand the thing. Let's get down here real fast. Feebleness, weakness, sickness, right? And your
Mm-hmm.
lowest state, man, right? Going back.
Con.
Verse 10, therefore I take pleasure in infirmities and reproaches in
Okay,
this.
so hold on right there, hold on right there. So
Mm-hmm,
because right now we talking about relationships, right? We're really talking about a woman, what what she need to do, how she need to be, what she shouldn't be, things like that. We'll get into that, right? But this is a two-way street, right? So I'm never going to just be like the woman, the woman, the woman. It's a two-way street, right? So in reproaches, when you sitting around a multitude of council of worldly people, right? You're gonna have people say, "Oh, nah, I'd never do that for my husband." Right? I never do that for my wife. You feel that's simp stuff, man. I ain't no trick. You know what I mean? You
mm-hmm,
tricking, right? And really all you doing is being a good husband, man. All you doing is being a good wife. Your husband, you and your husband had long conversations on what you two need from one another, and you trying to meet the needs, right? Like me, I just once again, man, I just got my girl, a dozen of these things. You feel what I'm saying? Just to remind her that okay, I do care. You feel what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
It was a long time, man. I wasn't doing that. You feel what I'm saying? For what? You gonna let them die anyway? But it's a deeper reason. It's a deeper reason about it. She don't put it out to go get sunlight. I do, but I do that for her. You feel what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? So we have to understand and make those sacrifices for one another, man. Because when we get around our worldly people and our worldly friends and all this misinformation, they're gonna reproach us for being a good husband, for being a good wife. Right? Go ahead.
that's right, that's right, that's right. Reading on. In necessity, Slucky. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions,
And
in
persecutions and
Mhm.
persecutions. So you might get persecuted by your wife, man. And wives, you might get persecuted by your husband. He might hurt your feelings, man. She might hurt your feelings, man. But what are we supposed to do, man? According to Paul said we need to take glory in that affliction. We need to figure out how to navigate that affliction without being the evil that's done to us, man. Without hurting a person back because they hurt behind something, right? Easy to say,
Mhm.
harder to do.
That's right, that's right. In distresses for Yahweh's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong.
Man, so in your weakness, that's how you become strong, man. That's how you have an unbreakable relationship, man. It's not like a rubber band that you just pulling. It's like after you get these different afflictions and you go through these different weaknesses, it's like 20 rubber bands and you're trying to pull them. Right? It's a lot more tension and resistance, right, than one rubber band. You can pop one rubber band. But if you stretching yourself and then you add an extra rubber band, eventually you can't even pull the rubber bands apart because it's too much tension. So y'all can't break easy, man, because y'all went through all the breakage before, man.
Mm-hmm. That's
Right.
right.
So take glory in those hardships, man.
That's right. That's right. I got a quick precept on that one real fast.
And at the night, man, whenever you're ready, man, put in your spirit, man, in this thing, man.
I'm waiting till the ribs done doing their thing. They got this blow
Vacuum.
dry something in the background.
Con,
Yeah.
con, con.
God.
You can still bring it out, and then you can bring out stuff and then mute. But you good. You don't have to wait. Bring it out.
God. Ecclesiastes 4:11. It says, I'll start here. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? right? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and the threefold cord is not quickly broken. So we got to understand what takes the time, right, to actually put that cord together. You got a bungee cord with multiple ropes in it, and that thing ain't easily to be broken, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But the time and the effort and the struggle and the affliction of actually making that thing, hey, it's not light. But at the end of the day, what it comes out strong. See that?
Man. And you can stretch it way further than any other rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this also goes into polygyny. You feel what I'm saying? If you have, cause you got friends, right? That we use this for us, but do we really lay in bed together? No, we don't. We don't lay in bed together like that. Would we? Yeah. You get this side, I get this side. Put a pillow in between us. We could do it, right? We can make this thing happen, right? But if we got one woman and we build up this one woman and we have a good friendship, a stable relationship, and we actually thriving, if we could do the same thing with a sister wife, this unity that we have is not going to be quickly broken. Because what you don't see in me, I'm gonna see she's gonna see in me, and what you don't see in you, she's gonna see in you. I'm gonna see in you. It's like a whole little mixture of people getting built up strong together, right? So I also wanted to point that out too, since we on a relationship tip.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's go back to the law. Deuteronomy 8:15. Who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water? Who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint? Right. So we noticed the Most High that did this for us in the wilderness, but we're speaking on another fold right now about our households. Right. We led that woman through those trials and tribulations. She held on to the man held on to her, and they both walked forth through the spiritual wilderness, right? Whether it's hard times, whether it's he loses the job, she got to get one. Whether she don't have a job, you got to get one, right? We uphold each other in strength, right? Through the bitings of these scorpions, right? Through the damn afflictions of your damn job, you know. Hey, some brothers go to jail, right? And their women hold them down, but some don't. You
Man.
see that? But some sisters go to jail and the husbands hold them down, but some don't.
Mm.
You see that? So we got to understand, no matter what wilderness you facing, you got to hold on to that husband or and that wife. You know,
Man.
even if you in a drought, one's lacking water. Hey, here you go. Right? The husband's lacking water. The woman brings the vessel. Here you go. You know, got to be that two in one, or that
Man.
3/4 cord. See
Man.
that?
Yeah. Big facts.
Verse 16. Who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee to do thee good at thy latter end? You want to expound on that, Nathaniah?
So so like he was saying, man, this is obviously was talking about the Most High, right? But in a spiritual sense, man, right? Who fed thee, man, right? Who kept you on your toes when you needed that spiritual food, man, right? Who was able to, and when we was, and even physically, man, right? We like Gabawar was saying, man, when we go through hard times together, man, right? I might like if you get injured, man, and you can no longer work, you got the other one to hold you up, like my brother brought out in Ecclesiastes, right? The other will hold you up, right? If one fall, right, and she's able to provide for you, right, and vice versa, right? Now, because it's your role as the man to provide for your household, right? But if anything ever happens, man, now she got to step up and be the one to feed the household. Right, and again, like Gabawar was touching on that same chapter in Ecclesiastes, man. Right, if you got multiple people in the household, you can all keep each other straight spiritually, man. You seeing things that I don't see, she's seeing things that the other woman might not see, and we all pointing out each other's flaws, all to become better. Right.
Beautiful. That's right. Great breakdown on that one. That's right.
Wow.
Right, to do thee good at thy latter end. right? You might be dating for, or not dating, you might be married for like 2 years, right? 4 years, 7 years. But once you hit that old age, man, oh yeah, I've been with my wife for 30 years, then you start to see everything that happened in your past and start to realize that at that age, man, it was all for the better. It was all for the good. Verse 17. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of my hand hath gotten me this wealth. But thou shalt remember Yahweh thy power, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, right? So you can't be in that spirit like I did all of this myself, right? I strived by myself. No, you and your husband strive together, and your husband held you up. Don't be calling your friends, hey girl, I got this and that, I got this and that, I got a nice little home. You know what I'm saying? Your husband helped you get that thing. Your husband provided for you to get all those things. And don't forget that. Right? Don't get in that pride spirit, because pride leadeth before what? Pride is before what? Destruction. Come on, read on. But thou shalt wait, I read right there. Yeah, right here. But thou shalt remember Yahweh thy power, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day. Right? So we speaking in the spiritual sense of dealing with a husband and a woman, because it's what? Yahweh Shai, man, women, children, right? So we got to understand. We got to remember that you have a covenant, you have a bond, you have a contract to your husband, right? You married to him. And man, you got a contract to your wife because you married unto her, right? So we got to reestablish that understanding, reestablish that contract, right, that we made with each other, and understand like we in this to the end, Read on. And it shall be, if thou do at all forget Yahweh thy power, right? Wives, if you forget your husband and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. So wives, if you leading yourself away from the teaching and the guiding of what your husband is providing for you, guess what? You're going to start seeking other things of this world. Oh, you're my husband. He don't really want me out in the streets or in the club, but hey, I'm going with the girls tonight. Hey, something could happen to you. Someone put something in your drink, and guess what? You might not make it home. You're over there thinking upon worldly things that's going to lead you to destruction, instead of adhering and taking heed to the righteous guidance that your husband is trying to provide for you.
Just to link up.
You see that?
Yeah, I got it. Hey, real quick precept, right? Job 2:10, right? Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, "Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse God and die." Right? And in this case, Job is a righteous man.
Right? You said Job 2:10?
Yeah, Job 2 and you can go to 9.
Okay, go ahead, King.
Right. It says, "Then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die." Right? And Job, like I said, Job was a righteous man. Right? Mm-hmm. He was bringing up his wife in the same direction. Right? She already had the understanding, but now she's leaving from the understanding that Job gave her. Right? And talking ridiculous. Right? Drop down to verse 10. It says, "But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips." Right? So he's saying you speaking as one of these other women, man, right? As one of these basic women out here, man, right? Like my brother was saying, oh, you going to your friends and everybody going to the club, and they got certain type of conversations and demeanors, right? But we not teaching our wives that. We teach our wives separately. But in this case, Job's wife was turning toward and acting as if she was one of them other basic women.
Hey, right, man, you stole my precept, man. I just was about to go into that, man. I guess I'm gonna mark that off.
Y'all need a little more, man.
Hey, I want to hear you expound on that too, Cap, real quick.
Read it again.
Job 2:9. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity?
Mm.
Curse Yahweh and die.
So this is like our women, man. Instead of building us up and telling us, hey, everything gonna be all right. I know you just lost your job. I know you just lost your car, right? But everything will be all right. Whatever you need from me, ask, and I shall give it. Right? Instead of a woman being like that, being a pillar of rest, a helpmeet unto her husband, you got wicked women out there just like Job's wife, right? That say, hey man, you still gonna keep the commandments of God? You done lost your house, you lost your car, you lost your job. You still gonna hold it down for Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, right? Hey man, curse them and die, man. Then you have some women that's like, they add to your affliction instead of taking your affliction off. Oh, you ain't crap. You done lost the house, you done lost the car, and all you want to do is sit around here and worship God. You don't want to eat pork no more. I'm sick of this, right? We should might as well eat pork now. God has forsaken us, right? We might as well. I could go out with the girl. We could go do this, and you could go do that. And no, man, we're gonna hold fast our integrity, right? And you should be that woman that's gonna be the opposite of Joe's wife. That said, "Hey, babe, I know you're going through this, and I want to be here for you every step of the way." Because Joe could have used a wife when he had the boils and he was scraping the boils off of his skin. It would have been good to have a wife saying, hey, look, babe, look, I know I got this remedy with this ointment, and if I just rub it on there, it'll do what it need to do on its own. You'll stop hurting, right? But no, right? The Satan got hopped on his woman, man, to curse him, man.
But God leave, man.
Right?
Con. And like you were saying, man, she could have been that's the type of woman. Salaki, hold on. Right. That's the type of woman. That's the type of woman you want to be there. You want to be there to support, right? Look in and be like, hey, you know what? Let's examine the household because we must be doing something wrong, right? Within the household, whether it's the children, whether it's me, whether it's you, right? Let's look and see what's been going on so we can correct it, right?
That's
Rather
right.
than
That's right.
and again, that's accountability, accountability, right? And it's it's supportiveness, right? That's that supportiveness you want from a wife to help you through your trying times.
That's right. That's right. That's that patience through affliction, man. Right. Let me get there real quick. Romans chapter Slucky. Romans chapter 5. I believe it's 5. Slucky. Bear with me, y'all. Yeah, Khan. Romans chapter 5 and verse number 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. See that? Hey, you going through afflictions, you going through tribulations with your husband, you going through tribulations and afflictions with your wife. Well, guess what? It's going to help you build up that patience, right? You got to be patient at that. And patience, experience. And experience, hope. Just like I said earlier, man. You might be going the first 3, 4, 5 years being married to your spouse. Guess what? When you hit 30 years into a marriage, that comes with that experience. And that experience, it comes with that hope. Oh, you know what? At the beginning, it was kind of rocky. I was kind of here and there. But hey, after 30 years of this marriage, I figured out, man. Hey, this experience, it gave me the hope that we needed. Like, hey, this was it the whole time. And a lot of these women, man, they end up 60 years old, 54 years old, 42 years old, or so what, without no husband, man, and they going through it. You know why? Because they have that, I gotta be independent spirit. I don't need no man spirit. You see that? And now they old age and they're withering away without a husband. And it gets harder to find a husband. And a husband, it gets harder to find a wife at that old age.
Man.
Why? Because they lack the patience. And when they lack the patience, guess what? They did not gain that experience. And guess what? They lost that hope. See that?
Con,
Go ahead.
No, you good, King.
Okay. Hey, can you grab Philippians chapter 2?
Uh,
Right, in verse 2.
All right, before you get that, I'm gonna say what I was gonna say on brother Khalil, man. What he just stated, man. And they got a stat, they got a stat that says a woman actually dies faster when she's in a relationship and slower when she's not in one, right? And to be honest, I don't believe that stat because the husband's always dying first before the wife, right? So if that stat was correct, then they would have many more deaths of women before the man in a relationship, right? But going on what Khalil said, it's way harder for a woman to get a husband in her old age, man. For a man, it's easy to get him a wife, in his old age because he has now wisdom. He's good. He could guide. He looked like a father figure. He has the wisdom of a father figure. So he could grab him a little 28-year-old, 30-year-old, a little tender, you know what I mean? And go the rest of his life, man, at the age of 50, right? 52. He could grab him a little tender, man, and go the rest of his life, man. Right? But a woman can't do that same thing. And if so, she would have to go even younger. She would have to go to a 22-year-old man, right? Because he doesn't know that much. So now she could raise him up as a little son, right? But yeah, I just wanted to comment on that.
That's where you get those cougars from, man. Those cougars hunting. They hunting for the young Jakes out here, man, at the bars, Hey, stay away from the cougars at the bars, Jake. All right. All right. Philippians chapter 2 and verse number 1. Start 2, verse 2. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind.
Right. And that goes into, again, like we were saying earlier, man, with Job and just in life, period, man, you and your spouse should be on one accord, man. Right. So anything as the head of the household, right, we should be making sure our women are on the same page that we're on, man. Right. They shouldn't want to seek after going to the club and bars every weekend and, and dressing provocatively and all these type of things because we've already taught them what it is to be a righteous woman, right? And how to be a good wife according to the scriptures, right? So we got to be we got to be like-minded, right? We got to be on one accord. And if we like-minded, we not going to bump heads. I mean, it's not to say you're not going to bump heads at all, man, right? We all going to go through problems in our relationships at times, but that's you're going to minimize it, right? You're going to minimize those problems, right? Because y'all both on the same page. You got the same goal, right? And y'all both know what you need to be doing in the relationship, right? Where each person plays a role, man. Right. Keep going.
That's right.
With the next
That's
verse.
right. Verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. But
Right.
in low go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
Right. So, hey man, give thanks for your spouse, man. Right. Don't think it's all about you all the time, man. Right. Don't always be contentious. Right. Nobody wants a contentious woman in the household, man. Right. It's not always about, oh well, I feel like we should do this because I feel like I want this, and it's always all about you, man. Right. Nah, man. Right. Hey, so esteem yourself, esteem the other better than yourself. Hey man, hey, I appreciate everything you do for me. I see the things you do in the household. I see the way you take care of this, and vice versa, man. I see the way you take care of the family. I see the way you always at work and putting in them hours, man, to make sure we well fed and clothed, man. All right, that's all I have.
Khan, that's right. Shalawam, soldier Taziathan. Shalawam, King, all praise to the Most High.
Salakia, the mic was muted. Go ahead, all right.
Shalawam.
Yeah, Khan. Yeah, I can hear you, King. I can hear you better if you just use Netanyahu's mic too.
Well, I'm not using mine. I'm only using Netanyahu's right now.
Hey,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Day,
his mic is. But
hey, I told him the other day during the live, right? During our live on Wednesday, I was like, "You speak with this mighty roaring voice during the Wednesday lives, but when we get on the Shabbat lives, you want to whisper."
My rib by me, and I attach it to my shirt. But Netanyahu is so stubborn; he don't like to use new technology. He rather use a laptop from the late '90s.
It's
Hey, why
because,
is it dark on his screen, but he's sitting right next to me?
it's because on Shabbat class, man, he around great men, dog. That's why, dog.
Yeah.
Right? All through the week, he around Netanyahu. He'll get around this great men and humble himself a little bit. You understand me? Nah, but Tazi Yadam, man, I heard you saluting the brothers, man. I want to say call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Call on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Barakatam.
That's right. All right, let's get to the last portion of this Torah, right? Verse 20. As the nations which Yahweh destroyed before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye will not be obedient unto the voice of Yahweh your power. Right? And through the spirit, man, dealing with husbands and wives, man, we destroy these spirits from off our women, man. Right? We correct their minds to lead them on that right path. But since you don't want to be obedient, you want to do what you want to do, you want to cause strife and division in your own household, hey, that's going to lead to your demise, right? Like I said, you can, oh, I mean, my husband don't want me to go to the bar tonight, but girl, hey, pick me up at 8, right? Somebody slip something in your drink, you might not make it home, right?
Man.
Take you somewhere, and now you kidnapped, now you missing, right? Or you might do something dumb, overindulging yourself in strong drink at the club, right? And now you in damn jail. Calling, this is a collect call from Wooty Woo, you know? Damn, man, I told your ass not to go out, you know? Husband blowing up your phone, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 12 midnight, you still ain't answering, and then you get a call at damn 4 in the morning from your red man because you want to go off. Hey, that happens in our community, man.
I going to wise counsel too, right?
Mhm.
Understand who you taking counsel from. A lot of these women you taking counsel from are unhappy, man. The same unhappy ones that be like, oh man, you gonna let that man run over you and control you? And you better come out with the girls tonight. And she like, oh man, you know you right, girl. You right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Take wise counsel, man. These women ain't even happy, man. They're not even in a peaceful relationship. Right?
Go ahead, King. Wait, let me end this real quick. And then I'm gonna put that precept for you. But yeah, so what we wanted to do, we wanted to take this Deuteronomy chapter 8 and understand that the righteous path that the Most High had for the men of the Lord to walk in, it's for our good, right? So the righteous path that a righteous husband has for his wife is good, and walk ye in it. You see that? Go ahead, King. What you need?
Proverbs 25 and verse Proverbs 25. Let me get that right quick.
24.
Nah.
25 and 24.
Nah, not yet. Nah, it's something else I want from that. Oh. Nah, I wanted to get something on that council. Oh, there we go. 24 and verse number 5. No, 6.
God. This is Proverbs 24 and verse number 6. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war.
And we at war every day with spirits in our household, right? You got the baby cutting up, crying, right? And they just don't want to be quiet, right? You give them food, give them a bottle. There's a spirit on that baby, man. That baby losing it because a damn demon is messing with him, right? Got him feeling some type of way, got her feeling some type of way, right? And then you got spirits and demons and, adverse spirits. When I say demons, just know I'm talking about an adverse spirit. Or you got adverse spirit on your woman, man, just trying to just flare up and wild out for no reason, man. Same thing with the man, right? So we at war, and we need to have counsel so we can figure out how to defeat these battles one by one, right? Read on.
Reading on. And in multitude of counselors there is safety.
So if you have the right counselors, right, you have a level of safety, man, right? But if you have unrighteous counselors, man, people that like my rib, man, she was going to therapy, right? And the therapist was telling her certain things that was adverse to the scripture, right? Oh yeah, if he's not doing this, then you should let him know this, and if you're really not happy, you should just leave, you know, and it's like, hold on, man. That ain't what the scripture's talking about, right? Matter of fact, ask her, does she have a husband? Nah, she ain't got no husband. Well, what type of counsel you need from her anyway, right? Because at least if you're gonna get some worldly counsel, get some from a woman that's 30 years in a marriage that could tell you smart stuff to do with your husband, man. Right? So we need to realize that the counselors that we have around us, it plays a big part in our life, man. If we don't have counselors that's going through the scriptures, right, we probably shouldn't be counseling with those brothers and sisters, right?
Man. And just to touch on that real quick, man, that's like with my rib, right? She was going through counseling, and while she was in the world, it was helping, man, right? But once she came into the truth over time, she realized, like, man, hey, this counselor is against a lot of the things that I learned in the scriptures, and I realized, like, at this point, I'm just venting, right? There's nothing that she can really say to me to really help build me up, like the way I need to be built up.
That counselor only trying to get a check.
No, but like the brother was saying, the counsel that she had was healthy for being in the world. It probably was good counsel. She probably didn't want to hurt herself no more. She wasn't depressed, right? She was getting a certain level of confidence and strength. You know what I mean? Back to eating healthy, not needing the medicine as much, taking the medicine on time. You know, probably all types of good things going on. But the woman, she was paid for good reason and she did a good job. But when you come into this truth, you have to prefer yourself less. This is the biggest thing for mankind, is to prefer yourself less than another person. Right? Because we're selfish being, man. As creatures, we're selfish, man. If it ain't about us, we don't want to hear it. If it ain't got nothing to do with me, I don't even want to talk to you about it, man. That's your problem. Deal with your problem, man. Like man. in A, right? In NA and AA Anonymous, that one counselor told me, he was like, yeah, let other people crap be they crap and your crap. But Christ told me bear one another's burdens. Who I'm gonna listen to? Him, or am I gonna listen to Christ? I'm gonna listen to Mashiach. Right? I yield.
Con. That's right. It'll give you good counseling, you know what I'm saying, to build you a little foundation, but you got to build the rest of that foundation with the scriptures. You know, you might have a solid concrete floor. Okay, this is where I'm at, but where you gonna go from there? You're just gonna be cold and desolate? No, you're gonna build up and fortify your walls now with the scriptures and the proper guidance of the Torah and the Psalms and the Proverbs and the wisdom and everything in between. You know?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. The Bar Yahweh Nashemah, man. All that we read in the law, man, we hear and we will do. Right.
All that we read, we will hear and do.
Right.
Pull that back up. It was still up.
So I got a good amount of precepts. So let me know when y'all ready for mine. I'll kind of take the back seat for a second.
Let me I'm gonna pull up this video real fast.
Hey, I just want to touch on what he was just saying, man. Right? I wouldn't even consider the worldly advice your foundation, and the scriptures to be your foundation, so you know what to take and not take out of that worldly advice.
That's right, King. Because I listened to this new podcast that I ran across. Right? It's called Hardly Initiated. Right, and I've been posting it in the chat and certain things like that, because they bring on worldly people and Christians, right, to talk about relationships and marriage and certain things like that. And you know, our women have a different level of spirit, right, of acceptance of the Holy Spirit than us. At least mine does, right. And I got to figure out how to be that husband, you know, how to meet her where she's at. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and not make her into something that I need her to be right away, but how to meet her where she at, and Lord willing, he'll guide her to be that woman that I need her to be. You know what I mean? So I'm using Hardly Initiated as advice, but I'm also taking in consideration the scriptures, right? Because some of those Christians, they speak in the doctrine of Christianity, not from the Bible, even though they're zealous, they missing certain texts in the Bible, right?
Con, that's right. That's right. So I just want to pull something up real quick, man. Check this out, man. It's crazy, crazy. Destroy, right? So again, the topic of this lesson is the type of woman you should and should not be, right? You should be a righteous, virtuous woman in the eyes of your husband and of the Most High, and should not be a wicked woman who's caught up in the ways of this world. Taking heed to men, man. Right? Let's get that. Look at this thing. Man. And we all know, man, like the most infamous street in LA, man, Figueroa, right? Street. Man, hey, that's a melting pot full of wicked women who's caught up in desolation, man, destroyed in their minds, man. Looking for a way out, but not taking heed to the scriptures, not having a husband, having multiple husbands at that, not knowing in the spirit, hey, they're stuck in that demise, but there is a way out, man, out that snare, to take heed to Christ, man. Let the teaching of Yahweh Shai get you out of that, man. Just like how Christ took that sheep from out that pit,
And it used to be illegal, right, to come up for a woman to come outside, scantily dressed, man, right? And like indecent exposure. You feel what I'm saying? Like women used to get jammed up, like, you feel what I'm saying, from coming out the house, looking like that, man. Now it's against the law for you to tell them to put some damn clothes on. They said it's unintentional. What's that thing that people do to kids? Molestation, right? They said we was at Food for Less, right? And they said it's something. I think it said unactive or unintentional. What that shit is, molestation, right? To tell a woman you need to go put some damn clothes on. Mm-hmm. Like what? There's a law behind me telling you to go put some clothes on. Mm-hmm. And it's all Jake, man. It's all evil Jake, man.
Rape with the eyes, man, or something like that. I remember that. I don't remember which law it is, but I'll do some research on that. Man, wicked out here in their panties, man. Causing all men to lust, man. Causing women to go into damn adultery and causing our women to be whores too.
Man, I got that preset when you want it. Finally, one Edomite. Man, all praise to the Most High. She need to go to damnation anyway, man. Finally, one Edomite, man. All praises to the Most High. Us, man.
Man, you can bring out that preset whenever you feel in the spirit you want to, King. We in the same topic area.
Man. And you can't say nothing, man. That's what's wicked. And then the women like, yeah, girl, you gonna go get them today. Yeah, I mean, $3,000 minimum today, girl. You looking good. No. Put on some damn clothes and have a man that want to take care of you for life. Instead of a whole bunch of men sweating on top of you for a little $300-$400, man. That's ridiculous, man. Get a wife. I mean, get a husband. Look at that. Just get a husband, man, and get taken care of. But you don't want to listen. That's the thing. They don't want to be controlled by one man telling them to do the right thing. But they'll be controlled by one man to give up their body to multiple men. Mm-hmm. First thing a pimp will tell you, hey man, it's not about the body. You know what I mean? It's not about the body P. It's about the mind. Once you get into her head, you ain't even gotta have sex with her no more, man. Right? I met a Mac in Texas, right? A Mexican brother, right? Or Native American brother with a long ponytail, man. Two bad little women, right? One big one, she was tall and thick as all outside, and then one little small one that was petite and fine. And he said, look, man, this right here, they appreciate this more than anything. Brother bought a soda pop for all praise to the Most High. All praise.
Oh
So
man.
the brother brought a soda pop, a root beer soda pop for $1 and split it in half. And he said, this right here, and running the bath for them, hey, this is all it takes. You know, they're going to appreciate this more than anything. And I said, damn, for real? Like, and he was real deal macking, man. Right?
Mhm.
And Issachar, man, you need to repent, man. Keep the commandments, man. Right? but yeah, man. And now, like, what they don't understand, bro, is that you okay, you fine, you look good, your body nice and stuff like that. If you cover it up, you'll have a man willing to give his last dime. Give me Sirach chapter 23 and and let me see, I think it might be 26. Hold on.
Sirach 26 and 16.
Nuh-uh. If it's one out of their wits for women, that is it, but I don't think that's there. Oh yeah, that's where it's at. First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. Right? Because a man will go out of his brain, he'll go out of his way, right, to please his wife, man, to please his woman. You'll be set up, you ain't got to worry about nothing. Yeah, you got to ask this man for money, but that's a humbling thing. That's what you're supposed to be. A woman is supposed to be humble. Hey, you think next week, you know, you could get my nails done, and the week after that, you could, you know, give me some hair. I got somebody that's gonna do this for me, you know, for this amount of pricing. That's a humbling situation, right? If men got to do that, and we take honor in being able to do that, right? Then women should be the same way, man. Right? So,
That's right. That's right.
like I was going into, man, you don't have to do. You'll submit yourself unto one man, right? That's controlling you to do wickedly and go have sex with multiple partners, multiple men. It's some women even buy women, right? And you want to do that for that man, but you can't submit yourself unto a man to train you and teach you in the ways of the Most High God, right? Brother. Oh man.
Mm-hmm. God, you froze, King. Think his computer died?
I don't know.
If he drop out, his computer died. You probably didn't plug it in. But let me give him like 5-10 seconds real quick. Now I'll go on with the preset. All right, let me go ahead. Yeah, so this first Ezra chapter 4 and verse number 26. Right? Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. Right? Is he back? Oh yeah, here you go.
No, oh, he just jumped back in.
Yeah.
So y'all can hear me good?
Yeah,
So brother was telling me, man, Kwame, y'all, man, me and him been going in about masculinity and femininity, right? And he brought something to the light. He said, yeah, you know, masculine energy is to be a leader, right? And feminine energy is to be a follower, right? But a follower have to want to be a follower, just like a leader will want to have to. He will have to want to be a leader. Right, but there's some instances where a woman has to lead in a situation because you're not experienced there, right? As well, there's instances where men have to now become a follower because you're not good at that, you know, at that level. So, but what I was going into is that you will want to be led to do wickedly, but to do righteous, you got problems all day, right? You want to sell your body and sell your soul unto men, right? But you don't want to sell your soul and sell your body unto the Most High God and a righteous man, right? Read that.
God, this is the book of First. Strong echo. God, First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. It says, "Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women." and become servants for their sakes.
And became servants for their sakes, man. And this is, we bring this out a lot of times to be a scripture, right?
Khan, Lamar's rib. That's right. That's right. All praises to the Most High. Glad we can bring you the edification. You know, it was long due that we do a women class. You know, for the women, the aqua, the sisterhood out there. You know, so you know if you have any sisters that need to take heed to this word, you know, go ahead and share this live to them. You know, all praise to the Most High. We're able to be here. Kwame Yashala. All right. Kind of, I can expound on it a little more before I get back. Right. So many there that be have run out of their wits for women. Your wits is what? Your mind, right? Go ahead, King. Let me see.
Yeah, a lot of times, man, and Salaki, y'all, a lot of times, man, we bring out this scripture to get on the men, but really, and Shalawam to Judah wife in the chat, man, right? But yeah, we a lot of times we say that to get on men for being simps or whatever, or doing too much for a woman and not putting in a brick in the truth, right? But that precept also reign true for you getting a husband, man, that's gonna take care of you and take care of you and lead you to the promised land, man.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Come on. Read on.
In that, no, that's it.
Yeah, there's still more.
Go ahead.
And become servants for their sakes.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 27. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
And then you would do something that's against the Most High just to please your woman sometimes, man. Right? And I ain't saying that I'm not guilty of that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm guilty myself, right? But I really didn't want to go into that portion of the text, because the main thing I was trying to get into is that if these women get one husband, right? These women could repent just like Mary Magdalene, man. Just like the woman that had the 5 husbands, man. They could repent just like them, even though they had 60, 100, 200 husbands. They still could repent, man, and serve God, right? And only have one husband for the rest of their life, man, because they didn't know any better, right? But are they? Will they change the way that they think so they could keep one man for the rest of their life, right? It's hard to say, man.
Come on. Got a precept. Anybody got precepts? Where I go?
I know you wanted Deuteronomy 23 and 17, though.
Nah, I got something else.
Yeah, I was gonna put something on losing your wits for women, but that's not the topic of the lesson, so I'm not gonna bring it up.
Hey, Cap, you got an echo, Cap. Come on. Go ahead, Nithana. Or you said you had something for something else?
No, I said I ain't gonna bring out I was gonna bring something. I'll just touch on that. Like you said, losing your wits over women, but it's not the topic of the lesson today. So I'm gonna just leave it alone.
All right, I got some. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 6 and verse number 1. Right, my son. Right, so we all know this is just speaking in a masculine form. Most of the scriptures speak in a masculine form, personified, through men. But this also pertains to women, right? If thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth, right? Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go humble thyself and make sure thy friend, right? So a lot of these women ain't your homegirls, man. A lot of these women ain't your true friends because they looking just to get something out of you of what you have to offer, right? They ain't thinking about you when you apart. Oh, I wonder how Tisha's doing. I wonder how Sharon is doing. Nah, man, right? A lot of these women just want to get something out of you, right? You throwing a house party. Hey, call me when you throwing a house party because that's when I really want to deal with you. I don't care about your job. I don't care about what your household is going through. Call me when you throwing a party or you ready to come to the club. You know? So you got to understand, you got to humble yourself and make sure thy friend. You know? Con. Let me pull another one up real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up this other video. But yeah, man, our women are destroyed out here, right? This is destruction. These other nations don't glory us. These other nations don't look at us like, oh, look, what a holy people. Look at God's chosen people. You know, let's let them take our lead, take a lead and lead us, right? Let's give them glory. Let's give them honor. No, man, we're destroyed as a nation. They don't look at us like that, but yet what? They look at us like this instead. You see that? I mean, man, I got a powerful one too, right? So we're gonna pull a couple more precepts, you know, and then we're gonna close out soon.
And it's all about design, man. It's all about design. You know, they seek to split up the household of the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? They want our women contentious, right? They want the men to think that you know we don't even need the women, man. We could treat them like dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all by design, man, because they know who we really are, man. The people who run this world, man, they know who we really are, and they know what will happen, man, if we all just unite and come back to our God, man.
That's right. That's right. Now we're not closing soon. I got to still get the virtuous woman portion. So let me get more of this wicked women topic real fast. You know,
women, I have precepts for that. I don't know what we was doing, man.
Yeah,
all over the place. All right, yeah.
Yeah, the topic is the type of woman you should be and should not be, right? You should be a virtuous woman and should not be a wicked woman. Right? We're in the wicked portion right now.
We was talking about low key. We was talking about virtuous women throughout it too. You know.
Yeah, but I got some precepts I still want to tap in on through the spirit. So this Proverbs chapter 25, verse number 24, right? And it reads, "It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in the White House." Right. So if you get into it with your woman, right, you're going through strife, you're going through arguments. It's better for a man to remove himself from that thing, man. Right. It's better for that. So and what a righteous man, a man who's trying to do good to his household and do good to his woman, but she wants to be wicked and wants to do whatever she wants, right? Being rebellious, it's better to just remove yourself from her. You know, she's gonna be in a brawling state. She's gonna just want to fight. She's gonna want to argue all day. You know, so a man ain't even gonna want to dwell in the same household. Oh, you know what? I'm going outside. Damn, she just don't get it. I'm here for her. I'm doing things for her, but she just want to keep backsliding and being wicked. Let me get that to NLT. Right. Hold on, it's lucky. Right, Proverbs 25 and 24 in the NLT. And it reads, "It is better to live alone in the corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home."
Mm-hmm.
Right? So men, they don't want to be with a brawling woman. We need a virtuous wife. We don't want no wicked woman dealing with a wicked woman all day. This is why our women are left alone, because a man's going to remove himself eventually. You know, so you don't want to be in that spirit. You don't want to be in that rebellious spirit, that quarrelsome and brawling spirit. You want to be in that virtuous spirit, that loving spirit, right? Building up the home together on one accord. Right.
Hey, go to chapter 27, verse 15.
You get the KJV or?
Yeah, it don't matter. KJV's well.
This is Proverbs 27 and 15. And it says, "A continual dropping in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike."
Hey, man, the problems don't never cease, man. When you got a contentious woman in your household, it's like a rainy day, man. When the rain just won't let up, man. It's just always coming down. And you waiting for it, man. When this rain gonna end, man? I'm trying to go. I got things to do, man. Oh man, it ain't never gonna stop raining, man. Hey, man, you just like a contentious woman is just the same way, man. You go, hey, man, when's she gonna stop complaining, man? Hey, man, she always got something to say. When is it gonna end, man? It's never gonna end, man. It's always something to battle when you got a contentious woman in your household.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Con.
let me say something on that too, man. I want to add on to what you brought out, man. You know, a continual rain, man. Eventually, the drops will get on your nerves. Like if you're in a bad mood, you know, eventually that constant drip just bugs the crap out of you, man. You got women that's contentious, right? And they always have an attitude all day, man. Right? For days, you know, for weeks. You got the same face, right? You in the same energy. It's the same way, man. It's like that raindrop just constantly dripping on that one part of the house, man, because you got a leaky roof, man. And you just got to put the bucket, and every time just dropping, going the bloop, 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 and it just irritating, right? That's the same way with a contentious woman, man. It just constantly just irking you, right?
Then you got to go and change that damn bucket out, man. Yeah. Every 20 minutes just to change the damn bucket. Won't stop.
Con. Lamar's rib got a preset. Let me pull that up first. Con. Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Mm-hmm. That's because she don't know what to do with herself, man. You got women that just don't know what to do with themselves, man. They get into a relationship, you know, and they're supposed to be building the house up, but because she's emotional and she's in her feelings or something is going wrong, she gotta let it be known. I was I was talking to this one woman and I let her know, man, you know, even when you upset, even when you angry, even when you frustrated, you still need to go to your husband, right? And smile and kiss him, right? And love on him. Because when you in that spirit and you let that thing be known to your husband and through the house, you will never have a good relationship. You'll never have a good husband, man. That husband is gonna not want to come home, right? But if you're in that bad spirit and you still being a nurturer, you still being caring, right? Concerned, having a soft tone, right? Being in your feminine state, that husband gonna go out and conquer the world so he can always come back home to this woman, right? To this type of woman.
I can't wait to get home. That'll be a hot plate. You know what I'm saying? My wife gonna rub my feet after 10 hours, you know? Hey, that's lovely. Like, man, I gotta get home, man. She be crying about something, man. Damn, I'm gonna go off the boys tonight, you know? But I want to touch on another part of this, right? 14:2. He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Yahweh, but he that is perverse in his ways despiseth him. And like I said, it speaks in the masculine form most of the time, but this is twofold to the men and women. So right here, it can also mean what? She that walketh in his uprightness feareth means what? References her husband, right? Because the husband is over the woman. But she that is perverse in her ways despiseth him. See that? Man. And I yield with that. Let me see. Let's get to that Titus chapter 2 real fast. Of course, we're going to pull out that classic Proverbs 31. We got to hit that. You already know. Right, let's get to Titus chapter 2.
Fine, I got a couple precepts too whenever I could get a chance.
Yeah, Khan. I got you after this one, King. Khan. Titus 2:8. Sound speech that cannot be condemned. Right? That's what you just said, Cap, right? That sweet talk, that soft spoken talking. Instead of that what? That nagging, that loudness in her tone all the time. You know? Sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. Right? So a man got to say, oh, yo, my wife is virtuous. My wife does this. My wife is good to me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and guess what, man? A righteous Jake will say that to the next woman. You know, hey, come to the club with us. With me and the homegirls, we're going to turn up. Like, nah, man, I got me a good thing at home. You know? Why am I going to leave that for you? See that? Having no evil thing to say of you. I got nothing bad to say about my rib, man. You know? It's up from here. I don't need to dumb myself down for the likes of to walk in the ways of the wicked and having my mind over wits for women of the world. You know, go ahead, King.
And it go into like right. say your husband come home, man, he just had a bad day at work, right? And he's starting to take it out on you, right? But not realizing it. And then your sound speech, right? Your softness and your lovingness, man, he gonna be like, man, he gonna feel convicted, man. Like, hey, I'm ashamed of how I was taking out my negative energy on you when you had no parts in it and you was nothing but loving to me, right?
Beautiful. Go ahead, Kev. You got something?
Yeah, I got two precepts I need you to get, King. First, we're gonna go into Proverbs 18 and verse number 14.
God, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear?
So when you do that to your husband, when your husband come home and he think he's supposed to be at rest and be catered to, right? And to be honest, a lot of men cater to their women, but their women don't reciprocate that, right? So when that happens, he has this level of resentment, that okay, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, I do this, and then I can't even get that, right? And that's something as men that we have to defeat, because that will break our spirit, right? And if you have a broken spirit, who can bear? And when you come home and it's the same thing and it's the same thing and it's adding on and it's adding on, then you gonna be in a bad spirit and you ain't gonna be able to bear the weight of the world, right? But if you got a woman, you come home and everything is done, the kids is fed, the food, the plate is coming to you. You don't even have to tell her what type of drink you like. She just bring your drink. She kiss you on the mouth and she say, "I love you, baby. Enjoy your food," right? That man spirit could bear the weight of the world plus some, right? But if you got a broken spirit, you come home and be like, what you want to eat? Yeah, well, we ain't got that, right? Rather than a woman saying, okay, I know what he wants to eat. I know his favorite meal. Let me go ahead and cook that. And when he come home, I'm gonna kiss him in the face soon as he open the door, man. Right? That's a beautiful spirit. That's a spirit of healing. That woman is healing that man. He been broken all day at work, man, especially a black man, right? An Hispanic man. They've been broken at work all day, and they come home to a chipped house, man. To a house that don't have that sense of comfortability, man. The essence, right, of a good smell, right? They come home and it's the same thing, right? And that's what women, you come into play, women, when you hurt, when you not feeling good, when your sisters got on your nerve, your mama got on your nerve, but you still do what you need to do for your husband. You give him that smile. Hey, baby, how everything going? I love you, baby. I'm glad that you made it home safe. I appreciate you for what you do. Right, here go your food. Here go. When you could do that, even when you're in a bad spirit, man, you healing that man. That man is wounded every day, all day. You healing that man when you do that for him. When you make the sacrifice of your feelings to make him feel better, to make him feel like he nourished, he well taken care of. Right? Get that next verse.
God, we know. 15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge.
So all this game that I'm kicking, this is knowledge to women, man. Now you need to take the time to put yourself last and put your husband first. Because your husband, he's putting the most high God, Christ, and y'all first, the whole family. That's on the forefront of his mind, right? So the least you could do is put your husband first, man. Before your feelings, before your emotions, right? And you be that pillar of rest unto that man, even when you don't feel like it, right? Give me Proverbs 17 and 17, and I yield. And I still got more precepts, but if we don't get there, all good. This through the spirit too. Proverbs 17 and 17.
Bring it out. This is Proverbs 17, verse number 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
So the scripture tell us, man, a friend, right? Which our woman should be our best friend. That should be our backbone. That's our ace boom coon. You feel what I'm saying? Like we used to say in the world, man. That's our ace, man. You feel what I'm saying? And you supposed to love me at all times, man. When your mind is bad, when you hurting, when you ain't feeling right, because I got to do it, and I should do it, and I'm working my hardest to do so. A woman should do the same thing as being a good friend unto her husband. First we was friends, then we brothers and sisters, and now we wife and husband. Right? A good friend is gonna love at all times, man. Right? They're gonna give you that good counsel, man. Right? They're gonna tell you where you're going off at, man, and help you to get better, man. Right? And it said that they are born for adversity, man. At the first glimpse of trouble, you don't want to say, hey, get the hell out. Hey, go by your friend, right? Go sleep on the sofa, right? Your first inclination would be like, okay, this is an adverse situation we're going through. Let's have a sit down, a strong conversation or a light conversation, sip some yan yan, and get through this right now so we can sleep tonight with a good, peaceful sleep, right? And I yield right there.
God. Now you got something? Tazi Gatan?
I
Tazi Gatan, I want to hear what you had to say, Tazi Gatan.
Sip some apple cider. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I mean, go ahead.
No, I don't have anything.
God, all praises, it's all good.
I don't have anything right now to say. All right.
No worries.
I'm still reading as you guys are speaking. I'm trying to absorb.
Con. So I want to bring out
Can you hear me?
quick. Yeah, I hear you. Am I on mute? Oh no. I hear you, King.
Loud and clear.
Mm-hmm. Con. Let me get Proverbs 12. Right? The book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 4. Right? A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness to his bones. You see that? So a virtuous woman, you're like a crown. You're that you bring that glory to your husband, because when they look at you, they see the husband. You know, they look at you like, oh, yeah, look at that righteous woman, that virtuous woman walking around. Her husband might be doing something righteous for her to be that way. You know, but a woman that walks around ashamed, right, is rottenness in his bones. Right? Hey man, I seen your rib out there, man. Hey, that's your girl? Yeah, you know, I hit you with that. Hey, oh, that was your girl? Oh, man. What you mean, man? Hey, I gotta tell you something. You know, you don't want to have that type of woman, right? Because she's supposed to represent you, right? Just like Yahweh Shai, they don't want to look at us. Well, man, how he got fringes on, but you're doing all these wicked deeds, man. You know what I'm saying? You bringing shame to the Most High. You know, you don't want to do that. So a woman should not be doing that to her husband in that same manner. You know?
Hey, grab that word virtuous.
The definition is cold-blooded. And I got something if it's cool whenever you're done.
Virtuous, strength, might, efficiency, wealth, army. Right? Let's go to the Strongs.
Hey, before you go to the Strongs, that thing said efficiency, right? And that's what I'm constantly pointing out on of whether you're happy, sad, depressed, you know, angry, you know, you still want to be that pillar of rest to your man, because that's efficiency, right? That's being efficient. That's keeping him going. Well, like I said, when the world is beating them down, man, be efficient, man.
Right? Efficiency, the state or quality of being efficient, right? To increase efficiencies and improve earnings. To improve.
And it also goes into consistency, man. Right? Efficiency goes into consistency. You have to be efficient consistently, man. Right? Yeah, you're gonna fall. Yeah, you're gonna slip. You know, you might let your anger show every now and again. But the less the better, man. Like I said, like brother said, man, 10-hour shift. You come home, you getting your feet rubbed. You got a plate of food, whatever you drink. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna go out there next time and get you're gonna work 16 hours. I gotta bring home the money, man. Right? And I love doing it for my wife and my family, right? And that's because the amount of love you get at home.
Efficiency also goes into organization, orderliness, planning, regulation, logicality, right? Being in order, planning and regulating certain spirits that are upon you. I might be a little upset, but I gotta regulate that spirit and humble myself, and think about that in a logical manner, right? And plan how you're gonna come out of that thing, and be in order and be organized. Your husband wants you to do this, and do that. Hey, you gotta be organized in that thing. Don't be everywhere with it. Don't think upon your own mind. Right? Going back. That was verse. Yeah.
Hey, can you grab me one verse? Proverbs 19:14.
This is Proverbs chapter 19 and verse number 14. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from Yahweh.
Right. Get that word prudent. Right. A prudent wife is from Yahweh, man. And that goes into what we was just discussing, man. An understanding woman, a woman that has patience, right? Circumspect, wise, right? To have wise understanding,
Mm-hmm.
right? You understand your partner, right? You understand what's required of you as a wife.
Mm-hmm. Intelligent,
right?
Considerable,
man, right? Behave self, right? Right there at the bottom, behave.
Yeah. That's right. Hey man, a virtuous wife is what we need, right?
And that mean in public, in public, you ain't rah-rahing on your man. You feel what I'm saying? Like most Eves do. You feel what I'm saying? You kind of wait when a problem arises. You kind of wait to talk about it in the comfort of your home or when you away from other people. You know what I mean? You don't just go live at any moment, man.
That's right. Right. Let me read that one more time. That was powerful. Right. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent, right, a wise, understanding, and intelligible wife, right, is from Yahweh. Man, God, I got. Watch this though. What's that precept?
Hey, so I got a precept on what Gabriel was just talking about too, about wives turning up, man. Right? You out in public and you want to turn up on your man over a disagreement y'all have.
Right? Con. Let me. I'll bring this out real quick, and I got you, King.
Go ahead.
Remember that. Sirach 26 and verse number 23. Right. Mm-hmm. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Right? So, hey, man, if you a wicked Jake out here, hey, you're going to get a wicked woman. You're not going to get that prudent wife. The Most High will give you a wicked woman, somebody to match your spirit. Someone you can look at the mirror and be like, man, I thought I was doing something right, but damn, I got a wicked woman on my hands. I got to examine myself. Right? But a godly woman is given to him that feareth Yahweh. See that? So if you want a righteous and virtuous wife, right? And a good companion and a good helpmeet in the eyes of the Lord, we got to do what thus saith the Lord say, right? But if you want to be stuck in your wicked ways and you want to do whatever you want to do and scoff off all damn day and follow you around, hey, you're going to receive a wicked woman, man. And that's what we see in our communities today, man. You got Jake rolling up damn dope, you know what I'm saying, and bagging up some kilos and send his wife to go sell the shit. She in that wicked spirit because you in that wicked spirit, and you gonna get what you give out. You sow what you reap. In that spirit, Go ahead, Ayah. Go ahead, King. What you
got? Proverbs 9 and 13.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 13, and it reads: "A foolish woman is clamorous; she is simple and knoweth nothing."
Right, a clamorous, that goes into what Gabor was just saying, man. A loud woman, somebody who always want to rah, man. Right? Hey, you foolish, man. That makes you simple and you don't know nothing, man. You don't have no understanding.
Mm-hmm. Clamorous. It's lucky that I clicked it. Clamorous, to murmur, always complaining, right? Always complaining about something. Growl, roar, cry aloud, mourn, rage, sound, make noise, tumult. Man,
To
we
be
see them.
loud,
We see them. Yeah, they be in the streets like that too,
man. Right,
to
and
make a loud sound.
that's like how you that's like the culture of today's women, man. Right, for the
Hmm.
most part, when you out and about, the women in the world, this is how they behave themselves, man. Right, they loud, they always got a rah rah, they always got something to say, man. They always got to have the last word, man. Right.
Hmm. Man, for real, wolfing at other broads in the street, man. You know what I'm saying? Clapping their hands all loud. I told you.
Yeah.
They do that damn hand clap, man.
Hey,
That's
you
off.
stole my stuff, man. Every time I think of the word clamorous, I was just about to do that. Every time I think about the word clamorous, man, that's all I can think. And but you said, and you ain't, and you know what I mean? The first thing I think about,
Yeah.
and I got a
God.
precept, I got a script too, if it's okay.
Yeah, K.O.Y King.
Yeah, I want this in the GNT. Get the book of Sirach, chapter 40 and verse number 19.
Oh, so like, no mic.
We're gonna read to 23, man. It's a beautiful understanding I got from this reading on my lunch break the other day, man.
This is Sirach, chapter 40, verse 19 in the G&T. Your name can be preserved if you have children or if you establish a city, but finding wisdom is a better way.
Cause if you find wisdom, you could sustain it more, right? If you have a city, right, or have children, right? Because your children gonna bear your name, the city gonna bear your name, right? But to have wisdom is a better way because you could raise up these kids in the way that they should go in a righteous manner, right? You can have this city established in a righteous manner, right? To where we have a year of jubilee, right? We have every 6 years we have a year of rest, right? We have a year of people getting paid, right, for a year to be at home, man, because they've been employed for 6 years, man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in a good city, that's how we would establish it. But to have wisdom is an even better way, right, Redon?
God. Owning livestock and orchards will make you famous, but it is better to have a wife you love. Mm-hmm.
So those things, man, that's some good stuff, man. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what orchards is, but I believe it's something to do with hoarding birds, something that keep like chickens in house and stuff like that, right? But having all that stuff is good, man. Having livestock, cattle, all that good food, nice meat. You know, they make you happy when you hear them and see them in the morning, right? But it's better to have a wife that you love, right? Go ahead.
Right. Verse 20. Wine and music can make you happy, but a happy marriage is even better.
Man, right? Cause a happy marriage, when you do drink wine and you listening to music, man, y'all enjoying the time together. You feel what I'm saying? You two stepping and hitting your little groove. You know what I mean? Together, man. Rather than you ticked off because of something that she did or didn't do, and you getting now you getting excessively drunk, and the music you listening to is riot music. Now you put on damn heavy metal, man, and start swinging in the air, man. Right? Go ahead.
And another thing about that too is, you might be having a good time with the fellas, having a nice little feast, wine and music. Everybody's in a joyful spirit, but you see the brothers leaving with they ribs, you see the other brother leaving with his rib and then they kids and stuff like that. But you going home to be alone, hey, that could bring a spirit of depression on you, man. All right, guys, I see you. Hey, all that joy just goes down the drain. Seen that. Like, man, I got having a happy marriage is something to go home to is even better. Even more joy after that wine and that music.
Big facts, man. Beautiful.
Verse 21. Flutes and harps make fine music, but a pleasant voice is better than either.
So that's what we was going into. If you still soft spoken, you're not angry, you're not saying bruh, my nigga, dude, you know what I mean, was am around. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, that's my dog right there. My ace boom coon, man. That's all manly things, man. No, man, that's my friend. You know what I mean? That's my husband, man. My ock, man. My brother, man. Right? The water king, right?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you, my Lord. Right? These words will change your life and changing your husband life, man.
That's right.
That's right. Right? Soft speech, a good speech, man, is like life to a man.
Bring it out. Bring it out. Verse 22. Gracefulness and beauty please the eye, but not as much as new growth in the spring.
And you know what he's talking about, because this all in the context of women, right? So it says right, it says Salakia. It says gratefulness and beauty pleaseth the eye, right? A woman walking in grace, moving in grace, and she's beautiful. That pleases the eye. That's a beautiful situation, right? But it says, it says, but not as much as new growth in the spring, right? When the spring come around, because there's seasons in life, there's seasons in the world, right? And there's seasons in marriage, man, right? And that new growth that come in the springtime only came through because fall and winter has passed, right? So there's a season where you and your rib is gonna grow together, right? It might not be in winter, it might not be in fall, but when spring hit, it becomes beautiful, man, because y'all made it through all those afflictions, man. And she stopped afflicting your soul more than you, right? As men, we afflict our soul 10 times, right? We don't need nobody else helping our afflictions when it comes to afflicting our soul.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And another thing about that is you know, like me, I ain't trying to start over and grow with nobody else again. I've been dealing with this plant all this time, you know, and caring and nurturing it and putting nutrients in it and putting wisdom in it and loving it. You know, that plant oh man, you know, but that plant over there looking kind of beautiful. Let me deal with that. Hey, it might not grow again. You know, might not be for me. You know, so I appreciate every growth of this plant that I've been dealing with, instead of taking heed to a plant over there that just seems to just please my eye. Like, no, I'm just going to keep growing, because every time we have our ups and downs, it keeps on growing. And I put a lot of energy, love, faith, and patience into that.
The tilling of the ground, the watering, you know what I mean, the waiting, the twiddling your fingers, looking at it, right? And then now it becomes a fruitful vine, man. Right, and you're able to be pleased in that plant.
That's right. That's right. Verse 23.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with a good friend or neighbor, but an intelligent wife is better than either.
And it says and this is why you know, even Kevin Samuel was saying, I don't want no dummy. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm saying y'all put school before getting a husband, right? Not saying I want you to be stupid, barefoot, and pregnant, because still in all, just like the scripture is telling you, this is wisdom, the wisdom of James, right? The son of Sirach. It says you can't go wrong with having a good friend or a neighbor, right? And your woman, you want your woman to be like a good friend or a good neighbor, right? When you out of sugar, you could go ahead and go knock over there and get that sugar from that neighbor, right? When you out of patience, right? You could go talk. Hey, you could go talk to that neighbor and get a peace of mind, right? So that's what we need from our woman. And then it reads on. It says what? Salakia. It says, but an intelligent wife, right? Salakia. But an intelligent wife is better than either, man. Right? Because now we can have good conversations on the scriptures, right? How to make it through life together, right? And we have good conversation, not a long drawn out. One thing I don't like about a lot of women, right, is that they talk a lot about nothing, right? And now I'm sitting here listening to you for an hour and a half, and I don't even know what the hell is your point. right? And it makes my head hurt. This is how I know I'm a Levite. That it irks me, man. When you just talk a lot, you talk a lot about nothing,
Hey,
right?
hey, just touch on that real quick, man. It was like me and my rib the other day, man. She started asking me questions. I'm like, can you just get to the point? Like, what's the point you trying to make? You ask me all these questions. What's the point you trying to make, man? Let's be direct, man. Be direct with me when we speak.
Come. All praises, all praises. Con, that's it. That's all you got on that, cat.
Yeah, Khan, but you can go to Sirach chapter 26 and 13. And then this is my last preacher. I'll go through the spirit if need be after this. But
Con,
we
pull
need
that up.
Yeah.
Because I got some, I'm about to close out some. KJB. God, Sirach 26 and 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, right? And her discretion will fatten his bones.
Hey, and when you fatten his bones, man, you make him strong, man. Right? Her discretion, her being discreet, not all open in the streets, right? That will fatten his bone. That make his mind be at peace. I don't have to be at war with you, man, because I don't know who you texting, right? What you talking about, right? What pictures you post on the social media that I don't have the password to, or I don't even need your password, or that I don't have access to, right? Now your name was Kelly, but now over here is it's damn Stacy, man. And you putting lewd pictures and feet photos on this damn thing on this page, man. Right?
That's right.
But I wanted more in Ecclesiasticus. Yeah.
God, verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
But you have to want to be instructed. Like these are good qualities in a woman, but you have to be instructed to to know that this is what I want, right? A silent and loving woman. I have to be able to instruct you to be that, right? And I still want more of this. Let me get this baby out of this chair. Hey,
God, a mind well instructed. You know, you don't want to be dealing with a woman who just wants to learn her on her own. You know, to be instructed is what is to be taught. You know, how you gonna go into a damn you signed up for damn karate class and you think you know everything? Hey, you gonna get whooped by the damn teacher, man. You know, you was not taught well. How the hell you gonna run a football field if you ain't even check out the playbook or be instructed on how to run the play, man? You gonna get tackled in a spot where you ain't where you didn't think you was gonna get tackled at. You know, I thought I had it, man. You know, I was supposed to catch the ball here. I just had it all figured out. No, you didn't have it figured out because you didn't run the play. You wasn't well instructed, right? You get in that UFC match, never damn boxed or trained a day in your life, right? Didn't get instructed to do so. Your ass gonna be damn on in that mat, bloodied out, KO'd, TKO, right? So you got to be well instructed. A woman has to be taught by what? A righteous husband. And we ain't talking about a wicked man, man. Women do not let a wicked man lead you, but you got to let a righteous man lead you, right? So when we talk about women submit to your husbands, we're not talking about submit to a wicked man, right? To get you caught up and to get you in a state of destruction, but let a man of righteousness lead you because he's going to lead you to righteousness. See that? Verse 15. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her contented mind cannot be valued, right? You can't put a price on that, right? Shamefaced and a faithful woman, you can't put a price on that, man. Because a woman that's not shamefaced and a woman that's not faithful, hey, man, they everywhere. You can get them anywhere, right? But a faithful woman is hard to come by, right? Somebody who's going to really be there to hold you down. So you got to treat that value of that woman as priceless. See that?
and it says, and her content mind cannot be valued, right? A woman that always want more, and more, like we read earlier, man. A man go out of his way, right, or go out of his mind for women, right? So he'll go out of his way or go out of his mind for a woman. If you telling me you want, you need, I'm gonna go out my way to make that happen, right? Because I want my wife to be happy. I want her to be content. But if you content already with what we have and what we doing, now I want to do stuff for you spontaneously to keep your contentment at a level at bay. That way you always content, right? It's nothing like coming home to a woman that appreciate the little things that you do for her, man. It can't be measured right to anything else, man. A woman that's good with whatever you do for her, man, whether it be small, whether it be great. You get her favorite juice. She like lemonade. You go grab her favorite juice spontaneously, man. You know that she likes certain Gatorades or certain vitamin water. You go grab that and just bring it home. Look, baby, this is what I got for you. Right? A woman that's content will hold that in a high regard, man.
That's right. That's right. Keep going on that one, King. Yeah, let's finish that off. Right, verse 16. As the sun, when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
Keep going too, King.
To the next chapter.
No. This is the same. So this is the same chapter. It got 29 verses.
Okay, come. Let me few chapters. Con. As the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty of the face in ripe age.
Con. So, hey, man, a woman, man, she'll make your aging process become lighter, man. You won't get gray hair so early. Your face won't get wrinkled up, man, because you stressed out all the time and you angry all the time. Right? She's gonna be a delight, man. And in her ripe age, in y'all ripe age, right? She's gonna treat you like you're supposed to be treated. Right? She's gonna reverence you the way that you're supposed to be respected. Right? Go ahead.
Con, it says, as the golden pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with a constant heart.
Man, right? And the sockets of silver that goes into the temple, the tabernacle. That's what kept the building standing, man. Right? When you go into the breakdown in Exodus chapter 35, I believe, it started telling you about these different sockets and these different rings that we had to create to pull the covering on top of the tabernacle after we built it up, right? And those curtains mean a lot, man. A wife, as well as a man covers his woman, a wife cover his man, right? She covers his mind. She helps guard his mind, man, to where hurt and pain doesn't hurt that bad anymore because you have somebody to rub that spiritual ointment on your brain and make you feel at bay, at peace, right? Content, right? And a constant heart, man, right? A constant heart, man, a constant mind, man, that's steady on the way of Yahweh, man. She helps you accomplish that. She makes sure you have the chicken, you have the salmon, you have the cod, you have the whitening, right? You have the beef. She makes sure that you have the right meats so you don't go off when it comes to the law of the Lord, man. She makes sure she read the packages of your candy, right? Are you?
Con. All right, so we going. Hey, that's beautiful. That's right. Just like the glory we showed the Most High, putting that work in to build that tabernacle, we build up our wives to show the same glory unto her husband, man. Right, a covering for a covering. Right. So let me pull up two more things. Want to let this real quick. Let me share this tab. Check this out. Right. Can y'all hear that?
No, we can't hear it.
La.
Oh, hold on.
Why would a man need a woman?
They could learn one or two things from a woman.
Like what?
Yeah, love.
Okay. Do you think that men are incapable of love without a woman teaching them? Why do women think they're the ones who should define love and emotions?
Because we're more passionate, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're more passionate.
Where's the evidence of that?
That she said the
Okay,
cooch
all right.
we birth. See, this that women empowerment movement, man. You know, we lead that woman to love because we show the love that we give them. Right? We love the Most High because the Most High loves us. You know, it's not the other way around. So our women, they
Why
base
are there so
they base their understandings off of things that it's not in the scriptures. You know, so I want to if anybody else want to say something on that, or
They base their understanding on their emotions, man. They don't even
right?
base it on facts. Even like the brother said, man, where are you getting your information from? What type of research has been done into your claims, man?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What do you have to back what you're saying, man? Oh, my emotion, I feel this way. This is how I feel.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I want to pull out this. I want to let the sister speak real quick. Let's turn this up a little bit. Here we go. Share this tab right here.
Some of the other things that I've gone over, because that's an umbrella of things. Being a Proverbs 31 woman, being a good Israelite woman, being what is the last one that I just said? Being a good Israelite woman, and being discreet. All those different things it's more of an umbrella of how you have to be as a whole, but not really teaching you how to do those things within your day-to-day life, and making sure that you are exhibiting righteousness every single day. And to do that, again, it has to be from the fruits of the Spirit. That's the only way. So when you really are praying every day, make sure that you really are serious about wanting to be kind, and wanting to be respectful. That's in your heart. You really do want to do it. That you want to be kind, you want to be respectful, that you want to be loving, and you want those things to come out through your actions every single day. So when you are quick to anger, or you see yourself saying something that's snappy, or you are just whatever, it's just so many things that plague all of us, that you are capturing those thoughts, and you're checking yourself and saying, no, I don't want to be that way. Or if you did it, then go and apologize to the person that you did it to, so you can make sure that you constantly check your behavior. Be a new one. If you did that kind of stuff before, make sure that these behaviors are what you begin to exhibit, so you can change to be a whole new person. That's the point. If you want to be a righteous and honorable woman, that's not who we all were in the world. So the point is that you want to change to be a better person and to be a new person. So let's go.
What's the password?
Hey, we can't hear you. You're not muted.
Right, so I'll put that up on the screen so y'all can see the title. Right, this is from the channel Scriptures with Susanna, and the title is "How to Be a Righteous and Honorable Woman Every Day." Right, and for the last precept, I want to pull up Nathaniel, grab me Leviticus 19 and 29. Right, Leviticus 19 and 29. Right, so y'all women, y'all sisters watching this, look into her channel. Right, she got some good information for y'all in there. Right, how to be a righteous and honorable woman every day.